Hi everyone, very warm welcome to Look Gorgeous. In this video, I'm gonna recreate this makeup look, which is actually a very nice and soft bridal makeup look. And this look is inspired by the very beautiful bride Sonam Kapoor and Sonam Kapoor real wedding inspired bridal look. She is having a nice magenta kind of glossy buttery lips, small and nice short winged eyeliner, very beautiful neutral kind of facial makeup, golden smoky eyes which is very neutral. Now to achieve the flawless base, it's really important to do your skincare first and to prep your face first. So first I'm taking this Garnier Rosette toner so as to tone up my face, and it will also clean out my pores properly so as to make the base really nice and perfect, very much clean and perfect for the further steps. Also, it will tighten up my pores as well. And as you can see, it takes out a lot of dirt. Even if I just washed my face recently, toner just helps a lot to clean up the face as well. Now to prepare up my skin further, I'm going to be using this Talgo Hydra serum. Just a single drop of serum is sufficient, as serums are very much concentrated and they are good for your skin when used in very much a lesser quantity. So I'm just gonna pat it so that it goes deep into my skin. Also, I'm gonna pat it around my neck area as well. The serum is basically gonna hydrate my skin deeply. Also, it will protect my makeup from going into the skin and into my pores, so that my skin is nice and beautiful and protected from the chemicals and damage from makeup. Now to moisturize my skin, I'm using this Talgo La Beauty Marine Hydra Cream, and here how it looks like. It blends in the skin nicely. It's a nice luxury beauty brand, Talgo, and it's really good for your skin. It has very nice ingredients as well. It's based on chemicals, not on natural ingredients, but still the quality is simply amazing, highly recommended. So I'm just gonna blend the moisturizer very lightly and gently on my skin now. Now before I apply my proper primer, I'm going to be using this Kiss Beauty Hangover 3-in-1 replenishing primer setting spray. So basically it helps in priming the makeup as well as after the makeup. So first I'm going to use it to prime up my makeup. It has all natural ingredients. It is silicone free, alcohol free, paraben free. It is not tested on animals. It is very affordable as well, and also it just deeply hydrates the skin. So I'm gonna let it set on its own without using any beauty blender or anything, and rest I'm gonna now for properly priming up my skin for the rest of makeup. I'm going to use this Lakme Absolute Blur Perfect makeup primer, and I'm going to use a 2p size amount, which is quite a good amount of primer, so as to blur out any imperfections. Also, this primer does not work individually, like bina moisturizer ke, bina toner ke, it is not going to work. It can make your makeup patchy if you do not use those steps, and especially on my oily to combination skin. It definitely works very well after I apply my toner, moisturizer and everything, and it just gives a nice base, also blurs out imperfections, and also it fills in the pores nicely. It's always a good practice to wait for 5 minutes after you apply your primer. So I have already done that, and now I'm going to be taking this Miss Claire Full Coverage makeup, and this is in the shade 12, which is actually an orange corrector. And I'm going to take a little bit of this, and I'm going to be applying this under my eyes and also on the areas of my face wherever I do have a dark patches. And now wherever I have pimple marks on my face, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of green corrector. And I only have one green corrector because I never used to have pimples on my face. I just recently got some because of that PCOD issue, and I'm working on it. My pimples are a lot more cleared now, and my skin is a lot more better now. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of green corrector wherever I do have these pimple marks. I'm just gonna apply a very little bit of this green corrector as it's quite pigmented and creamy. So I'm going to be using quite a good mix of some affordable and high-end makeup products just to achieve my perfect look, the perfect look. So now as to blend this all up, I'm going to be using this beauty blender, which is nice and wet. I have damped it in water, then squeezed out all the excess water, and it's all fresh. So basically what orange corrector does is it just helps in getting rid of the blue and black undertones which are there in our dark circles and also in the pigmentation areas of our face. So I've just blended it up nicely. You don't have to blend it up completely, just blend it a little properly so that a little bit is visible, like you can see a little bit of orange around my eyes, and just blend it over the places where you have applied it, because you have applied it on the places where you have these issues. You don't have to drag it here and there. Now I'm gonna let everything sit on my face for a minute so that it does not mix up with my foundation, or you can also use very little bit of transparent powder as well to set it up, but I'm simply gonna wait for a minute to set this all up. Now for my foundation, I've taken this Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 hour finish foundation. It is with SPF 20 as well. It is a nice matte foundation which is not extremely drying on skin, but it just gives a nice coverage on the skin, plus it looks nice and matte on the skin as well. And I'm just gonna dot it all over my face using the beauty blender only, and do not forget to apply it on your neck and the other areas. Also apply a little bit on your ear as well, so as to make everything look same, like it should look as if it's of your own body. ऐसा ना लगे कि आपका face का color अलग है, body का color अलग है. It should all look same. And now with the bouncing motion of beauty blender, I'm simply gonna blend it up. Today I'm using Pune Store beauty blender and it is doing the job very nicely. So take your time in blending it up. Now her face seems to be very much highlighted and sculpted, not in the way which is prominent, in a very natural way. So I'm just going to use this LA Girl Pro Concealer under my eyes in a triangular shapes. I'm actually new to this product, not that handy for me, but it has a brush which actually is helpful, but not that easier for me to work with in the starting. I'm going to take these inverted triangulars, extend it towards my forehead as well, so as to make this area well highlighted. And also I'm going to apply a little bit of this on the bridge of my nose so that my nose looks nice and sculpted afterwards. Also I'm going to apply it in the middle of my forehead. These are the areas where a light falls and your face actually looks very much sculpted. You don't even need proper contouring after you do this thing. It is called strobing when you don't do contouring thing together with this. But now because I have round face and Sonam has very much chiseled up face, so I'm gonna do the proper contour thing as well. Also I'm going to be applying this at these areas of face, like below the contour lines. of cheeks so that my face looks nice and sculpted completely. It's actually a little hard to get the product out through the tube when I'm working in this direction. But anyways, it's a nice product. The concealer is really nice, except for the applicator thing. It might be very easy for few people, but for me this applicator is something which is not that good. Okay, so for contour thing, I'm going to be using this Mars 3D Balm Contour, and I'm gonna apply very little bit of this on the sides of my nose, on the sides of the bridge of my nose, so as to make my nose nice, slender and sculpted. Also, I'm gonna apply it here on my jawline so as to hide the double chin and so as to sculpt up my face a little bit. And also I'm gonna take it little upwards like so, and then I'm gonna make the swish face by sucking in some air, and then starting from this part of my ear, like a little bit below where my ear starts, and I'm gonna end it over here where this pointed thing gets. It is always important to make your contour lines very much symmetrical. Always check if it's done properly or not. Also, I'm gonna contour my forehead now. And now when everything is applied properly, I'm gonna blend it up. First, I'm gonna blend the lighter part, of course, because if I blend the darker parts first and then I use the same beauty blender on lighter parts, my face is gonna look very much dirty and messy. So that's something which I'm not gonna do. I'm going to be blending my highlighted areas of my face first. Just bounce the beauty blender on the places where you have applied your beauty blender, like where you have applied your concealer. Don't drag it here and there, otherwise your contouring and sculpting would not be perfect. Do not take your highlighter thing over your contour line. Just be very careful. You can also say do it like this if you are not habitual of doing the highlighting and contouring together. You can simply highlight your face first, and after that you can do the like blend your highlighting first, and then you can contour your face and then blend that contour thing. This way the job gets actually very much easier, but it takes a little bit more time. And be very careful while you're blending around your neck, because you cannot mess with it, otherwise it is not at all gonna look nice. And now when my highlighting part is done and it's blended properly, I'm gonna start blending my contour lines using the same beauty blender. I'm gonna blend it only at the places where I have applied it, and I'm just gonna blend it a little bit upward side so that my face, so that my cheekbones and cheeks looks a little bit uplifted and the contouring looks little natural. So here you can see the face is looking chiseled up. Also, when I'm blending, I'm gonna take the jawline wala contour little downward. Also, I'm gonna blend everything together so that there is no harsh line. Just take your time in blending. It should be really perfect, otherwise your face will not look properly slender. It will look fat from one side, it will look slim from other side. So just be careful. And while blending the contour lines of my nose, I'm not going to take it upward, I'm not going to take it downward. I'm just going to blend it as I applied by pushing it inside the skin like so. And when I'm blending the contour lines on my forehead, I'm just going to take it upward in my hairline a little bit. Now my highlighting and contouring has been done and my face is actually looking very much sculpted. Now once my cream products are done, I'm going to be using this NYX HD finishing powder, which is a nice high definition powder. It doesn't even give any white cast when you do the flash photography. So it's quite perfect for your bridal and party makeup. Just make sure that you don't have any creasing under your eyes and above your eyelids before you are setting your makeup. I have also applied the concealer above my eyelids so as to prime them up for my eyeshadow. And I'm just going to apply very little bit of this powder so as to set the makeup, and I don't want to make my skin dry at all. I just want my makeup to be nice, set and matte. That's it. So I'm now taking this Makeup Revolution Ultra Brow Arc and Shape, which is basically an eyebrow pencil, and this is in the shade Graphite or something, like it is a little blacker in shade. And as you can see, I don't have any proper eyebrows. So what I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna define the shape of my eyebrows. While defining, I'm also going to be making little gentle small strokes so as to mimic the natural eyebrows. And Sonam seemed to be having very nice black thick full eyebrows with a little bit of brown eyebrow powder filled in them. So if you already have nice and black and thick eyebrows, you can simply fill in the gaps using the dark brown eyeshadow powder. And if you do not have eyebrows like I do, then you have to make the shape of your eyebrows first using black pencil, and then you can fill in the gaps using a nice dark brown or brown matte eyebrow or eyeshadow powder. Now to fill in the sparse areas of my eyebrows, I'm going to be using this ADS 24-hour powder, eyebrow powder in the shade dark brown. And I'm going to be using the flat angled brush, which is soft enough and also not extremely soft so that it does not work. Now to fill in the sparse areas of my eyebrows, I'm simply using this ADS brow powder in the shade dark brown and an angled brush, so that my eyebrows don't look weird and black. And now you can see the difference when I applied the brown eyeshadow powder, brown eyebrow powder, and when I did not apply any brown eyebrow powder. Black, you can see it is not that natural. So I'm also going to apply some brown on this one as well. If you have proper eyebrow hair, you can simply use some brown mascara or brown eyebrow mascara to set up the hair and shape of your eyebrows. Now Sonam seemed to be having a little concealed and defined shape of eyebrows, like not that artificial, but it's nice and defined. So here I'm using this Benefits Highbrow, which is actually a concealer pencil for your brows, so as to shape up the lower side of my eyebrows. Also, I'm gonna apply very little of this above my eyebrows as well. At the time of blending, I'll simply clean it up. Now, so as to blend the concealer thing, I'm simply using a flat concealer brush. You can use an eyeshadow brush which is not at all soft. That can be used for blending the concealer as well. You just need to have little kabuki type of fiber in your brush. So above my eyebrows, I'm blending it obviously above side, and below my eyebrows, a little bit below my eyebrows. And also I'm gonna use my clean fingers to simply perfect it up, and so as to blend it up a little more, so that there are no harsh lines at all and everything looks very much nice and blended. I'm now going to be taking this Kylie Take Me on a Vacation palette, which is a very beautiful palette, and this is the first time when I'm using it. I'm gonna be taking this light brown shade right here. It's looking actually a little darker on the camera, but it's a very nice subtle kind of peachy browny shade, and I'm going to be taking this on this flat brush, and then where you can see my transition line, that peachy shade, I'm only gonna apply it over there so as to define the transition line. And I'm not applying it using a blending brush because I want the transition line to be nice and sharp. And after that, I'm gonna take this blending brush which comes with this palette only, and it's a nice beautiful brush. It's not very much soft, but it does the job nicely. So I'm just gonna blend this line up so that there are no harsh lines, and so that my eyes look nice and beautiful, so that the crease is nice and defined. And as far as I can see in the pictures of Sonam Kapoor, it is not that clear actually, but still, like, I can see this beautiful very light gold kind of shade which also has little pink particles, but it gives a nice golden color on eyelids. So I'm just gonna apply this up, and if it gives a little more pinky shade, then I can work it out with some other golden shade. I'm just gonna apply it all over my eyelids, not on the very outer V, but on the main part of my eyelids, using the other side of the same brush. It's a dual-ended brush, which is a nice concept actually. You can pack your eyeshadows with the flat brush, and you can then blend if you want anything from the other side. Sonam's makeup is actually very nice and subtle. Everything has been done on her face, but it's not that visible. Like, it's kind of a no makeup bridal makeup look. So it's not that complete no makeup look, but it's a very nice and subtle nude kind of bridal makeup look, which I completely love, because it's looking as if someone is naturally beautiful without any makeup. So this eyelid is looking very beautiful now. Using this flat eyeshadow brush, now I'm going to be taking this Black Truffle, which is a beautiful matte black shade from this Huda Beauty texture eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna apply it on the outer V of my eyelids. I'm working with very little amount because it's very much pigmented and I don't want to mess with my eyeshadow look, so I'm just gonna work a little by little, and I'm kind of giving it the V shape. Now it's looking decent and nice. Then I'm gonna take a little bit more, and then I'm gonna pack it on the very outer V of my eyes. And now I'm not packing it on the extended part. I'm only packing it on the outer V of my eyelids. Once I'm done the packing thing, I'm gonna take the same fluffy brush which I was using to blend everything up. So I'm just gonna take it above this black shade, and I'm gonna blend it up with the golden shade so that it looks nice and blended. And then I'm simply gonna blend the black outwards so that it looks nice and diffused and not at all harsh, because we are not looking for something harsh. We are looking for a very soft eyeshadow look. So that's the reason I'm gonna blend it, and I have not taken more black. Now Sonam seemed to be having her lower lash line, waterline, tight line, as well as her upper line tight lined. So I'm doing the same with this Swiss Beauty soft kajal. My lower lash line is okay, but waterline is not at all okay. My eyes get watery whenever I apply kajal, so I have applied very little bit on my waterline area so that my eyes don't water. So eyeshadow look is completed here, and I totally love how it looks like. It's very beautiful, subtle kind of smoky gold eye makeup look. And now she seemed to be having very nice and thin liquid eyeliner going on her upper lash line. So I'm just applying my sketch eyeliner. This is from Swiss Beauty on my upper lash line. And she also seemed to be having a very small little wing. So I have drawn that as well. And this is it. This is such a simple eye makeup. Sonam Kapoor seemed to be having nice and medium natural kind of eyelashes, and no bridal makeup can be completed without fake eyelashes. I actually tried this pack 51 false pair of eyelashes, which seemed to look natural, but it actually did not look good and not at all similar. So I'm just gonna apply these Mion eyelashes. The box I have lost. I think using it for 5th time now, so it's a nice decent 100 rupees eyelashes pair. From the pictures I have seen of her, I cannot see any mascara on her lower lash line, but yes, to make my fake eyelashes and real eyelashes blended, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this Makeup Forever mascara, and this is one of my very favorite mascaras. It's really nice. Now for the highlighting part, I'm gonna use this Kylie Coco Collection palette, and this first shade, I'm just gonna take very little of it. It's actually a very subtle palette. It's not extremely pigmented, and it's the highlighters are not the shimmery ones. They just look nice and natural. So I'm just gonna apply it on the bridge of my nose, on my cheekbones. Also I'm gonna apply it on my chin, little bit above my lips, and little bit on the center part of my forehead. So here you can see it's kind of a very natural highlight, and also I'm gonna press the highlight with my finger a bit so that it looks a little more natural and as if the glow is coming from inside rather than from makeup. For the blush, she seemed to be having a very beautiful, nice pink kind of a blush, which is not extremely which is not too much, but there is a nice decent pink flush of color on her cheeks. So I'm using the same palette to achieve the same, and I'm gonna sandwich the blush between my contour line and my highlight area. So it is sufficient, but I'm gonna take a little bit more to add a little more color. You can totally build the color of the blush rather than applying too much at the same time, and it's always a good practice to apply the blush with your fan brush. And you can see how uplifted this side of my face is looking after I have applied the blush. So I'm gonna do the same on this area of my face now, to blend in all the layers of makeup, all the powders, and so that my face looks nice and natural as well, and the makeup does not get cakey, plus it stays on for a very long time. I'm gonna set it up again. I'm gonna use this Too Faced hangover setting spray dupe, which is from Kiss Beauty. I'm gonna let it dry on its own, and if there's a lot of excess, then I'm gonna use my beauty blender to take away the excess. Now my face is more illuminated, more glowing, and all the layers are nicely blended. It is looking very much natural and beautiful. Now Sonam seemed to be having a little reddish kind of lipstick, but with majorly magenta kind of lip gloss over the top. Her red dupatta which she's wearing has a red outside and magenta shade inside. So maybe it's reflecting the color, I have no idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this NARS Velvet Matte Lip Crayon in the shade Mysterious Red, and it is the most beautiful lipstick one can have. Like, it has such an amazing formula. Now you can totally carry this look as it is on your special day, or you can simply top it up with a magenta lip gloss. And I have this from Sephora. This is the only magenta lip gloss that I am having. And the lip gloss seems like it's not at all pigmented, and it has just given the red glossier look more. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just topping up the same with this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade BLG03 Peaches and Cream, and it seems to be doing the perfect job for me now. So the makeup look has been completed. Hope you like it, and if you guys like it, then please give this video a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Stay connected with me on my social media. All details are down there in the description box below. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care, look gorgeous, live healthy. Also let me know in the comments down below what video you will like to see next.